Craig Skelton says Spielberg was allegedly briefed before Close Encounters, so there is definitely a soft disclosure aspect of Hollywood. Yeah, I believe that 100%. I would agree with that. Another question you can ask yourself too is look at the werewolves of Palmyra, Maine, if I'm saying that right. That big story that happened up there. Uh, you know, where is the author, Stephen King from? What's he know about werewolves? Because he wrote a book and made a movie, Silver Bullet. Let's see here. Cindy Curry Wright. Let me see if I can catch it. I don't think they were put in state parks to keep people out of the state parks. I think they were put in the state parks as an experiment, and it was somewhere that they thought they would be able to control and keep them, and I think that they could not keep them controlled, and they ended up getting away from them. And I think that now that they've released them into the state parks, all they have done is like dropped an alligator in the chicken house. Just my opinion. Kelly, my uncle, he was an Army Ranger in Vietnam, and thank him for his service. He said that when I was young, he used to tell us all the time, as long as you have a fire, you're safe. He said they hate fires, they won't come up to the fire. He was down there a lot by himself, camped by himself. I know another female I'm really good friends with. She camps alone by herself too, her AK-47 and her dog, and she said, as long as you got a fire, you're fine. You may hear them, they may yell, they may try to scare you and everything, but as long as you got that fire. I think the reason they're afraid of that fire, I don't know, it may just be speculation, but they're pretty furry, and we know hair burns, so that might be one reason they're afraid of the fire. Also, I think it's harder to hide, and they're illuminated. They may not like that, and also the fire may blind them. The rods in their eyes may be too much for the fire, and they feel at a disadvantage. Also, if a fire is burning well, it also means that somebody's probably awake. Just some guesses. I think they do die in the forest fires. I believe they do perish, and I believe that they're removed by professionals, same as the eruption, Mount St. Helen. If you haven't seen that, they found a lot of them up there covered in ash that died also. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, Silver Bullet movie's good, Linda. Yes, Rustic, you can send that to my email. It is abnormalinvestigations77@gmail.com. You can send it there to me. Yeah, Stephen King, I think, knows a lot of things. I think that he puts a lot of hidden messages in his movies. I do believe that, Craig. Excuse me for 1 second. Hey, Hunter.
What?
Come here.
Yes. Okay.
I'm starting to get cotton mouth. I forgot to bring a drink. My mom encountered these things, and it was also on both sides of my family. It was also my grandma. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey. I have a question.
I'm live.
I know. Was it by your chip?
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Welcome.
He went and got me a drink. And it also was on my other grandma's side. My other grandma, we shared the same birthday. We were exactly 70 years apart. She was 70 years older than me to the day. She lived in the old town before it was flooded. She gave me a lot of maps and stuff of the old town. That's how I have a lot of the locations down there. I've had a lot of people ask me for those maps, and I won't share them. She made me promise not to. But yeah, I have all the old roads before it was flooded, the old houses, the way the bank, stagecoach ran, everything. And we metal detect down there. We found a lot of cool things. Found a full I went blank. moonshine jug. Wasn't broke or anything. Still had the cork in it even. So we go down there quite a bit. We're going to be going to the payment grounds. That's where I seen the Bigfoot followed my mom. It followed my mom for a long time, and we thought it was my dad, because my dad was a big guy. My dad was 6'6", 350 pounds, and we thought it was him following mom along the riverbank. And then we turn around and there's dad behind us. So whatever it was following mom again. It was always been interested in mom. There is a spiritual law. Craig says there is a spiritual law where they have to tell the truth around all the crap. That's why they think we're stupid, because they are really blatant sometimes. Who do you think has to tell the truth? Do you think the evil people are having to tell the truth? I want to make sure I get your question right before I answer, because I kind of have a thought. I'm probably going to start writing the book, Cindy, this fall when it cools down and I don't have as much mowing and things to be done around the house and animals and everything. So I will probably start writing a book. It'll probably be a series. April says she's heard of stories of a Bigfoot in the Pryor Creek area. Do you know if the story's from there? Yeah, that's an active area down there. I had a buddy that lived there. He kept getting chickens stolen. Something was breathing by his windows and scratching on the siding of his house. So that's an active area, yeah. The media in Hollywood, etc. Back to that question. Okay, this is, again, where my beliefs come in. I don't believe that they are bound to tell the truth. I'm talking about truth only. They do have laws that were set to them by Jesus that they can't pass, of course, but as far as the truth, no, they'll lie. That's what he is. He is the great liar, the great deceiver. I got a fly that wants to eat me for some reason. But yeah, they'll lie. That's what they do. They're liars. But I believe that there's messages in those movies and stuff for the non-believers that follow them, and they're able to speak to each other in kind of that language that they think that we don't catch on to. Yeah, Cindy, I agree. Grizzly Bear says, I'm in cave country. I think caves have a very big connection to cryptids and missing people. Absolutely. I agree to that. Even around here, we have caves. A lot of people don't know that. But we do have caves around here. And we, even when I was younger, had listened to Grandpa and even my other grandpa say that that's where they live. They live underground. They live in caves. They'll live in a shed. They'll live in an abandoned house. They'll live in a bush. We went on about 2 years ago. I won't go into the full story, but we went on a walk for our other channel we have. We do an outdoors channel also, and I put the link in the description for the boys. We all do it. And we ran on to, I believe, is a Bigfoot house. We're going to go back there this fall. I'll try to video that for y'all and check it out if it's still there. We got chased out of there and got a good picture. Gina. What makes a sound like a baby fox is hungry? Because we heard it by the house at 3 a.m. But when we went outside to the deck, no baby fox. But we seen several eyes on the ridge next to the creek by the river. And 2 days prior, we heard an owl and a crow making loud, alarming noises. There was bipedal something walking in the creek making sounds like, it says the lion. Makes sounds like a lion, but almost like a deep-bassed cat and a growl. So do you know what this could have been? I think that's probably, Gina, I believe that's probably going to be a Bigfoot. They love to mimic sounds that they hear. They can mimic bells ringing. I've never heard them say more than one word at a time in a phrase, but they can say words. They're really good mimickers. They have trouble speaking words. You'll be able to tell that it's a creature by them speaking words. But as far as like cats and animals and stuff, a baby crying, anything that doesn't require syllables and stuff, oh yeah, they're creepy. They are for some reason, Gene, I would say be careful because it kind of sounds to me like they may be trying to lure you guys out there, or maybe lure you out there. So, yeah, be careful. Don't go out after dark. Uh, Definitely don't go check out and see what it is. If it continues to happen, maybe contact your local game warden or sheriff's department or city police if you're in the city. I'm not sure where you're at. Have them go check it out. They're paid to do that, trained and better equipped, and then it doesn't put you at risk also. Yeah, April, I wouldn't be crawling in no cave either. I'm claustrophobic anyway, but you're allowed to crawl in there and something be waiting at the back for you. That's always been one of my fears, like looking out the window and something looking back in at me. See if anybody's got any more questions. Let's see here. Kelly, yeah, I believe that they do understand this, and I do believe that they act a lot like a parrot, but I also believe that they try to mimic us to get us to come outside to where they can trap us. I think they will try anything that they can do to get us. One of them even tried to get my little cousin one time. It stuck his hand out of the grass and was telling her to come here. Luckily, she knew to run inside. I think they do understand the words they're mimicking also, Kelly, because we had one stand on the front porch sidewalk that ran out, and it was my granny's chair set where she could look right out the front door, right out the front porch, and it was standing out on the sidewalk doing the hands like this, and it was saying her name as it done this over and over. So yeah, I think they understand. Yeah, grizzly bear, that was pretty scary. And teddy bears, had some bad experiences with the teddy bear. My cousin had a real bad experience with the teddy bear. His dad brought home. He ended up waking up with what looked like little baby handprints all over him when something slapped him all night. And that wasn't even the worst thing that happened to him there. I might put some of that in my book. Yes, Kelly, it is scary. Linda, on the arrowheads, we have a law that says that we can't remove anything from government land, so we have to leave all that down there. I honestly, I don't see any reason not to remove them. If we just leave that stuff down there, it's just going to be lost over time, never be discovered or anything. I think, to me, it's better to take it, take care of it, pass on the history behind it so that our kids can learn from it. That's our heritage. I mean, those were some of my people, and I don't see a problem with taking it out of somewhere like that it's just going to be broke, ran over, because a lot of these are boat ramps and flooded areas, and they're just going to be covered up and never found. So I think the history behind them is worth saving them. The government, they tell you can't take it, but they don't seem to be too worried about going down and preserving it either. So I don't see anything wrong personally with taking it, but it is illegal, so you should obey the law. The grizzly bear says Dogman is probably the reason arrowheads were made. Yeah, can you imagine going to war with one of them with just a little bow and arrow? Maybe that's the ones they didn't like too much that they sent out. Hey, we're having problems tonight. Why don't you take your bow and arrow out and kill it? That'd be better than bacon grease on your feet there. If any of y'all have any questions for Sarah since she's unable to make it tonight, her little one been sick, leave them in the comments. Hopefully she'll watch this stream and come through and answer them for you guys. I will tell her that I told you guys that. So if you have any messages or questions for her, feel free to leave them. Kaylee doesn't investigate with us anymore, but she may watch this. So if you want to leave a message or have one for her, you can leave it, and I'll let them both know. Deb says, do you think the crazy laugh that you've heard out there is Bigfoot? That and the baby crying gave me the chills. Yeah, I believe that was Bigfoot that night. It was trying to lure me. I've had him do that many a times. He'll do that to try to lure you out. Because where I'm at, I was on a path, and if I would have went where the baby was crying, then I would have been out in grass, probably up to my chest, and I wouldn't have been able to see, and it leads off to nothing but the bottoms and the swamps you've seen in our videos. So yeah, I would have disappeared probably if I'd have went out there looking for it. But that's where I talk about the boundaries. I know they have their areas that they are more comfortable in than I am, so that's kind of what I try to stick with. I don't cross that boundary. And if I had 2 or 3 guys with me that were well armed that I trusted, and I know a few that have trained with me that are very tactically trained, same as I received my training, we may push it a little more. Thank you, Gina, for watching, and be careful there in Illinois that they don't sneak up on you. Keep your head on a swivel for sure. Alright. Well, it seems our questions are slowing down. I wanted to kind of try this to kind of see how a live event would go. We ended up doing okay. Got a lot of questions. And I think the next one may be a YouTube live. We may try it. Hopefully I'll have some help on that one and not be alone. This one here, man, was by the seat of my pants. Yes, Grigsley, I believe they do follow waterways and are excellent swimmers. The old movie, Legend of Boggy Creek, I agree with what they say. He always follows the water, the creeks. So, yeah, I believe that for sure. Kelly, I'm not sure about Indiana. I'll have to look into it. I'll definitely see if I can find anything in Indiana. Let's see, Indiana, and see if anything is going on down there. And if there is, I'll try to do a video about it. But I haven't heard anything so far in Indiana. Alright guys, since we don't have any more really questions or anything, we're going to go ahead and try to wrap it up. Like I said, you all can reach us at abnormalinvestigation77@gmail.com. If you have any questions, you can email us there. If you have any stories you'd like to share, you can email us there. Also, if you would like to come on and do a podcast with us and you believe you have a really good story that you would like to share, contact us by email and we will try to get you on. We're interested in all your stories. That's how we learn. I'm talking to a person now we may be doing a story on that was contacted by Matt Moneymaker, contacted by Killing Bigfoot series, and just a lot of other people. And she, I believe, is going to give us a podcast, and we're going to be the first time she's going to release the photos she has. So that's going to be great. Guys, thank you for being here. We'll do this again sometime, and I hope you all enjoy what we've got coming out. Don't forget, tomorrow I will have an upload for you guys on Sunday, plus this will also be put out. I appreciate each and every one of you being here. God bless you guys. We have the best team, and we'll see you all out there in the field, hopefully here pretty soon. So keep your head on a swivel, and again, thank you guys, each and every one of you. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us here on YouTube. That was a Facebook Live. I appreciate each and every one of you guys joining that's going to view this on our YouTube channel. And I hope you look forward to doing more and possibly a YouTube Live. And we'll see you on the Sunday upload. Thanks and God bless.